Welcome back to another episode of BAM GPG, Packer fans. Today we're going to dig into head coach Matt LaFleur's comments after the Week 2 win and what they tell us about where the Packers team is headed and prepare to face the Browns. Spoiler: LaFleur is happy, but he's not satisfied.
That's right, Bryson. So before we dig into his comments there after the Week 2 win against the Commanders, did just want to make a mention that made the headlines today. So Tucker Kraft, I'm sure everybody's seen it online already, did have a scare in practice today with a knee issue, but all reports coming out now suggest that he should be okay and is expected to play this Sunday. He will be on the injury report list, but he is expected to play. He did lead the team in receiving yards so far last week and then throughout the season. He is the team's leading receiver in yards this season so far. So he's been a key target. He's been a key part of the offense. So it was a scare today for sure, especially after just losing Jaden Reed for, indefinitely with that collarbone and foot surgery. So Bryson, let's get into his comments here. So after the win over the Commanders, LaFleur quoted, "There was a lot of mistakes out there that we've got to clean up. Between the penalties, some miscues, some missed opportunities. I think there's opportunities we need to capitalize on. If we want to become the team I think we can become." So on the defensive side of the ball, he mentioned relentless, just physical, aggressive attacking. Our front is extremely disruptive, getting after the quarterback, end quote, on Matt LaFleur. So two very different tones from Coach LaFleur here in these quotes. One is really pushing accountability to the team, more so the offense, and the other is full praise, right? More so on the defense. So let's unpack this here a little bit, Bryson. So LaFleur's first comments are directed squarely at the offense, no doubt about that. And yes, Jordan Love, he threw for almost 300 yards and the Packers won comfortably, although it got a little close there late. But LaFleur's pointing out the penalties. You saw one on Anthony Belton on that touchdown called back where Jaden Reed got hurt. Some of the missed blocking assignments, that's where Green Bay's really graded out poorly this year, is those run blocking. Pass blocking, they've been okay. Don't want to say great yet, but it's been okay. The run blocking's got to improve. And a few drops from the receiving crew that really kind of stalled some of those drives. So this tells us a few things, right? LaFleur knows the offense can do a lot more. I think the fans do too, especially with red zone efficiency and on the third down conversions. So LaFleur really wants his team playing clean football, especially on the road, because those little mistakes can cost you with a great defense like the Cleveland Browns do have. Offensively, they're not as great, but their defense is pretty solid. So what he's doing here, we believe he's challenging Jordan Love in that wide receiver group to be a little bit sharper, especially in that route running and the timing on the passes, and the offensive line to avoid those drive-killing penalties and missed blocks. Those blocking assignments, got to clean that up a little bit as well. And then LaFleur's second comment, right, where he gave praise to the defense there. It's about the defense being relentless. We've seen it in the first 2 weeks. It's the tone for every Packer fans. They love to hear that, right? The front sevens, they have been setting the tone for the entire team. Micah Parsons, Rashawn Gary, Lucas Van Ness, they've been living in the backfield. They even throw Devontae Wyatt and even Edrin Cooper into that mix as well. So when LaFleur calls them extremely disruptive, he's essentially saying the defense is giving Green Bay margin of error on the offense. Until they kind of get fully in sync, right? The offense isn't quite there yet. They played great. It's complementary to what the defense is thus far. But against Cleveland, I expect a heavy pass rush, right? Their defensive front is no joke. So whoever is under center, doesn't matter whoever's under center playing against Cleveland this week. Of course, it will be the Packers. They're uncomfortable, right? With that front that they have. They're early to the ball, force a lot of mistakes from quarterbacks. So Green Bay's got to be on cue with those blocking assignments and Love with the timing on the receivers. So the big picture here about standards, right? So LaFleur knows the Packers are a good team. I think we all know that by watching them, but he's raising the bar a little bit higher for that offensive unit. And this team doesn't just want to be struggling teams like you see with the Commanders. They want to play contenders week in, week out.
Yeah.
Cleveland, again, I understand their offense is very poor, but they have a great defense. So his message heading into week 3 is, clean up the self-inflicted wounds that you're
Yes.
seeing there on the offensive line,
Yeah.
play with discipline, and let the defense really dictate the game. And if the Packers, Bryson, and we mentioned, if the Packers are able to limit those penalties, protect Jordan Love throughout the game, and really let the defense eat this game, there's no reason they should ever lose control of the game on Sunday, as long as they come in there sharp and ready to play. So we will be back with more, Bryson. That's just
Yep.
kind of our quick breakdown of his comments after the week 2 win, kind of unpacking those a little bit. Let us know what you think in the comments, but we'll be back more. Tomorrow is Friday, so we are just a few days away from game day. Super excited for that first road game of the year against the
And
Cleveland Browns.
the Dolphins also did lose today.
The Dolphins did lose tonight, so I really thought they played better. They played better than I expected, Bryson.
Yeah.
I really kind of expected, Buffalo to kind of run away with that game early, and the Dolphins stayed in it till late in the game. So I am impressed, but the Dolphins are 0-3. Buffalo moves to 3-0.
Yeah, that one pick late in the game.
It was, yeah, that killed it, right? They were down by 7 driving, and Tua threw that pick there at the end of the game. That kind of killed any chance they had at staying in the game, staying competitive with it. Buffalo, I
Yeah.
believe, won 31-21 on Thursday Night Football.
Yeah.
So congrats to them. But Dolphins, gosh, that's a mess down there this year. I think McDaniels is probably, I don't know if it continues down this road. If he makes it out of the year as their head coach, we will see. Guy's got a great offensive mind, just doesn't seem to have a real grip on that team right now. We'll see. Maybe they'll turn things around. They certainly got a lot of talent around on the offensive side and a great offensive minded coach. So we'll see what the Dolphins can do moving forward.
Yeah.
But with that, Bryson, as always,
It's go Pack Go.